Welcome back from the break, and right now it's time to move on to our variety segment when we bring and analyze for you top trending stories, news stories in Nigeria.
And of course outside Nigeria. Talking
about this one is quite exciting for federal government workers. Buhari willing to pay enhanced minimum wage this year coming in from Ngige. Our news bulletin is going to be coming up exactly at 8 o'clock, so we'll just briefly do this one. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, has said President Buhari is desirous to give Nigerian workers an enhanced pay package this year. Is it going to be coming January? We don't have the details about that. He said the thinking of the federal government was to approve a minimum wage that will be acceptable to all stakeholders. And Ngige stated this in a chat with journalists at Dunukufia local government area of Anambra State. And he said a national tripartite committee set up by President Buhari on minimum wage had commenced work and would likely conclude arrangements on the exercise in the third quarter of the year. So hope that happens.
Yeah, it
quickly.
Sounds like a very interesting
And looking at all the stress Nigerians have been through, I think this is really necessary. But the thing with all this increase of wages, that when it happens, prices of goods and services are just going to go up. So at the end of the day, you now ask yourself, was it necessary?
Right, because at the end of the day, you still end up spending almost all the money.
You spend all the money again.
And again, I think that before we move forward, it's best we wrap up what was behind. We need to do a clear job, because we're still having people complaining of not being paid salaries. Then it was 18,000 plus or so, about 20,000 about that price. And then we're having people complaining about not being paid. And now you're increasing it to about 50,000. I just hope that we won't be having issues here.
Exactly.
There needs to be a thorough check.
They should actually work on the whole issue of unpayment of salaries. And when they do that, because that's going to compound things for these governors, you understand, who, I don't know why they are finding it difficult to pay salaries, because these monies were released. If there was no money, it's understandable. But I mean, the money is available, but they're not doing anything. Well, that's where we will be pausing. We're not actually rounding up this segment. And after the news with Folake Adesugba, we will be continuing on the Bright Morning Show.
So stick around.
Yeah, stay with us.
Welcome to National Discourse. Fuel scarcity has been a problem in Nigeria from time immemorial.
Current affairs.
We have to fix our refineries.
Politics. It's interactive.
You can imagine if states, the federal government and state government, say, okay, all the vehicles we're going to use all should come from a Nursing or any other local manufacturer of automobiles in Nigeria.
If a woman cannot build the family or her family, how can she build a nation? So it starts with the family.
Well, if you talk of unemployment in Nigeria is one of the indicators of socio-economic problems that we're having in the country. Let me just say it from 1960 to date.
National Discourse, weekdays on NCTV.
Everybody praise the Lord now. I will praise Him every day. Praise Him every day. I will praise the Lord. Brothers praise the Lord now. I will praise Him every day. Sisters praise Him every day. I will praise the Lord. We are your sanguma we kibila ni jesumbe. We are your sanguma we kibila ni jesumbe.
Are you ready to dance and praise? When praises go up, Blessings come down. Join us on Praise Jams every Friday on Grand Gospel TV on TSTV Africa.
Knowledge is power, and so on the rich, meet inspiring, reputable individuals who've climbed up the ladder of success, but not without trials and tribulations and battles along the way. Listen to their stories, find out the role they play in our society. Be inspired as we get out of them what our viewers truly need to know to reach those heights.
For Laka de Suba, getting the answers that help you make sense of the journey.
Fascination made me want to study.
Who's next on the seat? Find out on The Reach, weeknights on NCTV.
Welcome to National Discourse. Fuel scarcity has been a problem in Nigeria from time immemorial.
Current affairs,
We have to fix our refineries.
politics, it's interactive.
You can imagine if states, the federal government and state government, say, okay, all the vehicles we're going to use, all should come from a Nosin or any other local manufacturer of